Look at the destruction of our country. Look what they've done. Look at the change in demographics of our nation. Look at your town. Tell me, does your town look better? Is it safer?
KEIR Starmer caught off guard after Tommy Robinson's unexpected live statement. You're not going to believe what just happened on live television. It was supposed to be a routine political discussion, calm, controlled, predictable. But what unfolded left the entire panel stunned, the audience frozen, and yes, KEIR Starmer completely caught off guard. Because right there, in the middle of a live broadcast, Tommy Robinson, the outspoken and often controversial commentator, dropped a statement that no one saw coming. And the way Starmer reacted, well, that's what's got everyone talking. Let's break down exactly what went down and why this moment might just mark a serious shift in how Britain's political conversations are unfolding in public. The scene was tense from the start. A political roundtable debate hosted on one of the UK's primetime networks. Topics ranged from law and order to public trust in government. KEIR Starmer, calm and measured as usual, was laying out Labour's position on public safety, stressing the importance of fairness, justice, and rebuilding confidence in British institutions. But when Tommy Robinson was asked to respond, the energy in the room changed instantly. He leaned forward, looked straight into the camera, and said something that instantly went viral. You can't rebuild trust when people don't even believe what they're being told anymore. The silence that followed was deafening. Even the host hesitated before moving on because everyone knew that wasn't just commentary. That was a direct challenge, one aimed straight at Starmer's message. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't an attack. It was a moment of confrontation, words versus reputation, perspective versus establishment. And for a split second, you could almost see it on Starmer's face. That look of controlled surprise, like someone realizing the conversation had suddenly shifted from policy to perception. Because in politics, perception is power. Tommy Robinson didn't come armed with charts or figures, he came armed with emotion, frustration, and the voice of a section of the public that feels ignored. He went on to say, people out there don't trust the system anymore, not the courts, not Parliament, not even the media. And until someone faces that honestly, nothing's going to change. It was the kind of statement that resonates whether you agree with him or not. Social media lit up within minutes. Clips of the exchange began circulating on X and TikTok. Some users were cheering Robinson's bluntness, while others were calling it reckless. One tweet read, "Say what you want about Tommy, but he said what millions are thinking." Another countered, "We need facts, not feelings. That's what's wrong with our politics today." But regardless of which side people were on, everyone was talking about the same moment. And that's when you know something's shifted. Political analysts were quick to weigh in. A columnist from The Telegraph wrote, "Starmer's biggest challenge isn't the Conservatives, it's authenticity. The public is craving leaders who sound real, not rehearsed." Meanwhile, a Labour insider reportedly told a journalist off-record, "Moments like this make the leadership nervous. Starmer's strength is control, but when debates go raw, that's where he struggles." You could feel that tension even in the studio. Starmer tried to regain composure, responding with a calm but pointed line. Strong leadership isn't about shouting the loudest, it's about finding solutions that actually work. It was polished, professional, but compared to Robinson's emotional punch, it felt rehearsed. And in today's political climate, that difference matters. Now, let's talk about what's really behind this. This wasn't just about two men debating policy. It was about a clash of communication styles, establishment versus outsider energy. Starmer represents structure, rules, professionalism. Robinson represents rawness, frustration, and the unfiltered voice of discontent. And whether you like him or not, Tommy knows how to tap into emotion, something many traditional politicians still struggle with. One media analyst described it perfectly. Starmer talks to voters' heads. Robinson talks to their gut. And that's the challenge. Because right now, the gut seems to be winning. After the broadcast, journalists tried to get Starmer's reaction. His team brushed it off, calling it another loud interruption designed for clicks. But the story refused to die down. Even neutral outlets like Sky News and GBN replayed the exchange on loop, dissecting every glance, every pause, every carefully chosen word. And the public? They did what the public always does, they turned it into a trending moment. One comment summed it up perfectly. You can tell who's speaking from experience and who's reading from a script. That kind of feedback, that's what every politician dreads. Behind the scenes, insiders say Starmer's team is aware that moments like this, unscripted, emotional, and unpredictable, are exactly what shape modern politics. Voters aren't moved by reports or white papers anymore. They're moved by moments. And for better or worse, this was one of them. Because here's the truth. Britain's political divide isn't just left versus right anymore. It's real versus rehearsed. And this live exchange just exposed that divide in full view of millions. So what happens next? Will Keir Starmer adapt, finding a way to show more authenticity, to meet emotion with emotion? Or will he double down on his signature calm approach, hoping professionalism still outweighs passion? Either way, Tommy Robinson's comments have set a new tone, one that can't be easily ignored. As one political observer put it, moments like these are small earthquakes. They don't destroy, but they shift the ground under everyone's feet. And that's exactly what happened here. A few words, one unexpected statement, and suddenly Britain's political stage feels just a little more unpredictable.